Welcome back to Masculine Scrapping. Today I'm going to be doing a scrap of an event I went for the Ada Chamber in June of 23, and I had to play one of the characters, which was the Scarecrow for the Wizard of Oz. So it was really fun. They had a, follow the Yellow Brick Road theme, and it was a really fun event, and so I want to do some special things with it here. I am going to layer it, and some of the things are in the background, but this was a set of balloons made to look like a tornado. So I've got a tornado here, which I'm going to show you how I'm going to put that in here in a second. I think I'm going to switch these two photos like that, but we'll put those on later. I already put this little Scarecrow together, purchased him on Etsy along with some other Oz characters, which maybe I'll use in some other project. And then this is a Emerald City image that I was able to get online. And then just realized I cut that paper backwards. Oh well, it is what it is. Unless I want to flip the whole image, which I don't. I then brought into Cricut Design Space, and man, this tape runner. This tape runner may have seen its final days here. Looks like it's making marks on my brought into Cricut Design Space and used the layering feature to create. So I was pretty excited about certainly after all of that, I just stuck the I just stuck the wrong side. Oh dear Lord. Okay. Well, I may have to pause here and recut this piece and do it properly this time. This is what happens when you make mistakes. All right, I am back. I found a very similar color background paper. I did cut it in reverse again, which I'm a little bummed about, but I just seem to be making lots of mistakes today, so I guess it is what it is. But hopefully I will glue the glue the right side down this time. So there, just taking it off the cutting mat. Okay, there we go. We'll throw this one away, and we'll start again by turning this over. There we go. Now we have it correct. This is the textured side. That might have been nice to have that side showing, but it's okay. You can see I'm having a lot of problems with my tape dispenser, and I have been for a while. I'll just fill in with glue. Okay, now we flip it over and get it on the right place. There we go. The Cricut Design Studio has options for how many layers you can create, and I usually experiment with it to see what's going to work best. Sorry, we're not going to flip it. There we go, we're just bringing it across. Now I flip it in order to put the tape on. Man, what is going on? I've got quite a bit of tape, so I shouldn't be having these troubles. Okay, we're back. it looks like maybe my tape runner was just old and having a problem. So I actually have multiple of those, and so I just grabbed another one. Sorry about that. This is, maybe I shouldn't put any more of these projects together today. But like any craft, you are going to have problems at some point, and so you just go with the flow. It's a little more embarrassing when it's happening on video than when no one's watching, but oh well, it shows the reality of crafting. This background paper that I've chosen is from my aunt's collection, and I'm fairly certain it's from the 90s, but I just think it looks fun. The plaid kind of reminds me a little bit of the dress of Dorothy, even though I think that was blue. I'm going with a green theme here, and so I think it just worked. Just getting these all in place. And the final one, I'm going to do everything a little slower today, just given how much problems I've had. Should work slower. I designed this whole spread in Cricut Design Space. And you'll notice I've taped the two background papers together. I cut this big brown matting on a 12 by 24 inch, and when the whole thing's together, I'm going to take my cutter and just cut straight down. But this needs to go down first. There are a few photos where I'm going to peel it up and put things back down, but I want to get this down, and I want to pay attention to this line here. In fact, I think what I'm going to do, just to help make sure that it is pretty solid when I cut through it, I'm going to put those pieces like that, and then of course I'm backing this as well, but we'll get a lot of tape in here to help with that. Putting a lot more tape than I normally do, just because this is a very thick graphic with multiple layers, and it's going to be heavy, and so when we cut through it, I want to just make sure that it's going to remain stable. Okay, what I need to do is I've got to make a decision about the photos. I wanted to have this photo up there because I like to have the title at the top. However, I have this tornado, and this is the leftover cut that I'm going to use to help me place everything, and I just want to make sure. Oh, it really doesn't cover. I thought it was going to hit the photo, but okay, I got to get this right. Right about there. Yeah, it doesn't hit very much of the photo, so I think we're going to be okay. So I'm going to set that back up there, put this here, and you can see this is a photo from the event that was taken professionally, and then they sent me this graphic so I had to print out, but there's no place like home. It's got everything on there, the date, the event, the location, so that was kind of a fun thing. And you're seeing this more and more at events now, is that they'll have selfie stations, and if you know you're going to scrapbook stuff, I really would encourage you to take advantage of that, because it becomes a natural title block for you, so there's less need for journaling. Let's see. I'm going to put that right about there. Okay. Then I've got to get this one in. This was really cool. The lights kind of flashed on and off, and it really did look like lightning in a tornado, so they did a great job with developing that. I'm going to do the tornado last. These are some cake or sorry, candied apples that someone brought as part of their donation, and I was super impressed with that. All right, so this guy's going to be over the top of this, but I think on this one I want the buildings to be over the picture, because there's part of the picture there that's not quite as important. Again, this one is a cake. It was kind of interesting. You had to raise money to be able to pick your dessert first, so there were a whole bunch of different desserts, and then whichever tables raised the most money got to pick first. So it was kind of an interesting thing. Okay, so I'm going to peel up these two layers. There we go. I'll get the photo behind and then put it all down again. And do it in a way so I can still see all of the desserts. Yeah, those candied apples were very popular. I'm not a big candy apple fan because I feel like they're too hard to eat most of the time, but those looked cool. But my table did not raise enough money to go first to be able to get those. Aha, I really like the way that has turned out. All right, so we'll get some tape on this guy. Speaking of tape, if you want to see what was broken, this little piece right here has just wore out, and it was down too much and it couldn't grab. So unfortunately, this one's getting thrown away. There may be a way to fix it, but my gut is I should just buy something new, and I'm okay with that. But I really do like these Creative Memory tape runners. They have done a pretty good job for me. All right, there we go. Now let's focus on the tornado. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to try and get this in place. I might actually glue one down, and then, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue one down, then I will place the template over the top of that, and it will help me get all the other pieces in place. And again, using a glue pen here, when there are little pieces like this, I just feel like that's the easiest way to do it. So I'll place this one where I want it, which I think, let's get that on top. There we go. Okay, I think I feel pretty happy about that. Let's see, before the glue gets too stuck. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. Now you can see down here it is going to go on top, but that was my plan all along. Okay, to find each of the pieces. There we go. See, this one has holes in it, so instead of just putting glue on the brown, I need to do it on the gray because I don't want the glue to show. I don't want the glue to show through. Okay. That one is down. Next big one. Same thing there. I'm not just going to throw glue down. That one is not sitting in place as well as some of the others have. Not entirely sure why. Also, oh, there we go. Okay, in this one, I think I am going to try it. I've never done this before, but I'm putting glue right onto the photograph, and we'll see how that ends up working out. This is going to be interesting to see how I get this template back off, because it is a little more stuck together than they normally are. But again, I still feel like this is probably the best way to get this put together so that it shows well. I may have some repair glue work to do here, but let's try taking this off now. Yeah, not quite as smooth as it normally is, but I still feel like this was the best way to help me get it together. Aha, there we go. Little repair work here to do, but not too bad. Yeah, I really like the way that that turned out. Okay, so now I'm done with the template. That can get thrown away. I am going to do a torn edge border on this, so we'll quickly throw that up there. We'll grab my tearing tool, another quick Creative Memories tool. I need to be very careful because I do want to use both sides of this, so if I end up ripping it as I'm going, that's not going to be good. See how I'm putting very heavy pressure on the ripping tool so it doesn't move. So there we go. This is just leftover paper from another project. I always keep all the scraps because you do a lot of little cuts. And we see, look at the different colors on there. All of that is just from scraps I kept in really small cuts. Eventually I check the paper. I mean, I don't keep tiny little things, but if it's bigger than 4 inches, I normally hold on to it. And these 12-inch length pieces always do that because I love using those as borders. Okay. Alright, really enjoy the way that's turned out. Okay, flip the whole thing over, and again, lots of tape down the middle. Just want to make sure it's going to stick well. It's a very heavy layout, so it's going to need lots of adhesive to help it hold on. Many layers. I think I'm just going to add a little more here. There we go. This will be hard to move if I don't get it on right, so there we go. Cut photo, which I use to press. It's turned over. Okay, I feel really not good about that. Final step. We are going to cut this in half so it can fit into the album. And when I designed it, I was paying very careful attention to where that cut mark was, because you don't want to cut right through a photo or something. Okay, hasn't gone all the way through. Now it has. One more time for good luck. There we go. Okay, now here is where you got to do a little work. See this little piece right here? That's what I thought. This little piece doesn't have any glue on it, so we'll get a little bit of glue on there. Get that back in place. You just have to, when you do these cuts, you just got to find out where everything is. Look at that, same thing on here. Nothing holding that down. Put it back together. There we go. Anything else? Okay, that's a little loose. Well, is it loose? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so it's a little loose. I'm just gonna get some glue under there to help hold it down. Other than that, I think we're pretty good. So there we have it, the Ada Chamber Banquet. The theme was There's No Place Like Home, an Oz theme. I had a lot of fun putting this together. Of course, it's taking me 2.5 hours, but love the way it has turned out. So hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks for watching. Take care, and would love to see your projects.